There's no pressure around your eyes. Never squeeze your eyes closed. But close your eyes only very gently, in much the same way you would close your eyes to go to sleep. And relax the muscles of your face, your neck, both shoulders, both arms down to the tips of your fingers. Relax them all completely. Relax the muscles of your chest, trunk and abdomen, both of your legs, down to the tips of your toes. So that all the way from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, there's no remaining part of your body with any stress or tension anymore. If you notice any stress or tension still remaining in your body, then try to relax it completely. Because the body that is completely relaxed will have the feeling as if it seems to melt away into the atmosphere around you. You have no further worries about your body anymore. So that you can turn your attention to relaxing the mind. Relax the mind by letting go of all thoughts about the things of the world. For a few moments put aside all worries and concerns about your everyday life. Don't allow your mind to wander to thoughts of work, friends, family, study, or any other thing. But keep your mind on the task in hand. The task of training the mind, while filling your mind with thoughts of happiness and joy. Fill your thoughts with happiness and joy, as if your mind was completely filled with tiny particles of happiness and joy. Filling your mind so full that there's no room left in your mind for anything else. Make your mind spacious, light, radiant, and refreshed. And such a mind is one which is ready and waiting for the harmony and unity which we will embark upon in the meditation to follow. So once you are relaxed both in body and in mind, very gently, using no effort at all, imagine for yourself a picture of a bright object. A picture of a bright object such as a shining sun, a shining full moon, or a star, or a crystal ball, any one of the four, which you find easiest to imagine. Imagine a picture of that bright object, as if that object is floating in front of your face. A shining sun, a full moon, a star, or a shining crystal ball, as if it is floating in front of your face. Imagine it effortlessly. And reduce the object of your choice in size until it is only 1 centimeter in diameter, until it is the size of the tip of your little finger and floating in front of your nose, in front of the left nostril for women and in front of the right nostril for gentlemen, floating in front of your nose at a point we call the first base of the mind. Make the bright object as bright as you can and as clear as you can, while in your mind repeating to yourself the sound of the mantra Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And then move the shining bright object slowly but smoothly inside your nostril, inside the left nostril for women and inside the right nostril for men, moving slowly inside your nostril until it reaches a point inside your nose just next to the corner of the eye. And here it stops at a point we call the second base of the mind. Here the object stops still, and we make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while hearing the sound of the mantra Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And then the bright object moves slowly backwards inside our head, backwards on a horizontal plane until it comes to a point in the precise center of our skull, in the very center of our head, a point we call the third base of the mind. Here again the bright object comes to a standstill. Here we make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while repeating to ourselves Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And now the bright object is moving gently downwards, downwards from the center of your head, directly downwards until it comes to a point at the roof of your mouth, a point we call the 4th base of the mind. Here the bright object comes to a standstill. We make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while at the same time repeating the mantra to ourselves Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And again the bright object moves directly downwards, downwards inside our throat, downwards until it reaches a point just above the Adam's apple, a point we call the fifth base of the mind. Here the bright object comes to a standstill. We make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while at the same time repeating the mantra to ourselves, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And now the bright object moves downwards again, deeper inside our chest, deeper inside our trunk, deeper inside our abdomen, moving directly downwards. If you imagine the central part of your body, then imagine 2 thin threads. One thread running from your navel on a horizontal plane directly through your back. A second thread on the same plane from the left side to the right side. Those 2 threads come to an intersection at a point in the center of the body, a point we call the 6th base of the mind. Now we move our bright object downwards until it comes to this intersection of the 2 threads, at a point in the center of our stomach. The bright object comes to a standstill at this point. We make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while at the same time repeating the mantra to ourselves, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And now we move the bright object slowly upwards. Upwards the distance of 2 finger breadths above the intersection of the 2 threads. 2 finger breadths above the intersection of the 2 threads, to a point we call the 7th base of the mind. The bright object reaches the 7th base of the mind and comes to a standstill. In fact, we will not move the bright object anywhere else, because here is the true center of the body. This is the point where we will cultivate our bright object for our meditation. So here the bright object will stay while we repeat the mantra to ourselves. The sound of the mantra always coming from the center of the bright object. Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, over and over again. The sound of the mantra always comes from the center of the bright object. At the same time, we always make the bright object as bright as we can and as clear as we can. And as we observe the bright object, what we will find is that the images in the mind become gradually clearer. Also, the feelings in the mind will become gradually clearer to us. But the strange thing is that the number of thoughts in the mind will become gradually less. As we concentrate on the bright object and our mantra, the number of thoughts will become gradually less. Less and less until the mind can come to a standstill at the center of the body. So cultivate the mind in this way with your bright object and with the mantra. In the beginning you may find that the mind has a tendency to wander, sometimes wandering to the sounds around you, to the thoughts in your head, or the sensations in your body. But don't feel disappointed if the mind should wander at this stage. In the beginning, as soon as the mind wanders and you realize, always bring the mind back again to the bright object at the center of your body and to the sound of the mantra. If it wanders, then bring it back. And keep bringing the mind back until eventually the mind builds up a familiarity with the center of the body and the sound of the mantra, until eventually the mind will start to stay at the center of the body of its own accord. Samma arahang, Samma arahang, Samma arahang. Cultivating the sound of the mantra and the bright object, until eventually the mind will feel at home at the center of the body. Eventually you may find that the sound of the mantra will die away of its own accord, leaving only a pure, clear, shining mind at the center of the body. If you find at this point that there are no thoughts to irritate the mind anymore, then there's no need to restart with the mantra anymore. But simply cultivate the mind in stillness at the center of the body. And when the mind reaches the real point of stillness, then you find that happiness, purity and brightness will arise in the mind of their own accord. So cultivate your mind in silence for a few moments, just with a bright shining object and the sound of the mantra, until your mind comes to a standstill at the center of the body. To reach to their own meditation for a few moments in silence until we come to the appropriate time.
Just think about the teaching of Longpo Tamashiyo that what has in our life that if we feel that we are facing sufferings and so we doubt and do something that not in our way happen to in our life. So he just emphasized that we stay calm and we still our mind with the good deeds and merit that we have been accumulated, and we recall our good deeds and take that power and blessing to eliminate the suffering and to overcome the bad things that happening. Yeah. This is very important teaching, and actually is the story about in many stories in Buddha's teaching and also in Buddha life as well. So the story that I'm gonna tell you today, that this is the story about the Buddha in the lifetime that he was the baby quail. So could you bring up the photo, the picture? So once upon a time, the enlightenment being was born as a tiny quail. Although he had a little feet and wings, he could not yet walk and fly. His parents worked hard bringing food to the nest, feeding him from their beaks. In that part of the world, there were usually forest fire every year. So it happened that a fire began in that particular year. All the birds who were able to fly away at the first sign of smoke, as the fire spread and got closer and closer to the nest of the baby quail, his parents remained with him. Finally, the fire got so close that they too had to fly away to save their lives. All the trees, big and small, were burning and crackling with a loud noise. The little one saw that everything was being destroyed by the fire that raged out of control. He couldn't do nothing to save his life himself. At that moment, his mind was overwhelmed by a feeling of helplessness. Then it occurred to him that my parents love me very much, unselfishly. They built a nest for me and then fed me without greed. When the fire came, they remained with me until the last moment. All the other birds who could had flown away a long time before. So great was the loving kindness of my parents that they stayed and risked their lives. But still, they were helpless to save me, since they could not carry me. They were forced to fly away alone. I thank them, wherever they are, for loving me so much. I hope with all my heart they will safe and well and happy. Now I am all alone. There is no one I can go for help. I have wings, but I cannot fly away. I have feet, but I cannot run away. But I can still think, and I have left to use my mind, a mind that remains pure. The only being I have known in my short life were my parents, and my mind has been filled with loving kindness toward them. I have done nothing unwholesome to anyone. I have filled with uh, newborn, innocent truthfulness. So the baby quail, he uh, had to save himself, but he cannot do anything. But only thing that he can do that he think about the good deeds that he have done uh, since his birth. Then an amazing miracle took place. This innocent truthfulness grew up, grew and grew until it became larger than the little baby bird. The knowledge of the truth spread beyond that one lifetime, and many previous births became known. One just previous birth has led to knowing a Buddha, a fully enlightened knower of the truth, one who had the power of truth, the purity of wholesomeness, and the purpose of compassion. So this is so as you can say that he think about the good deeds of that he have done, and uh, truthfulness, and also he think about the Buddha, and so that with the power of the Buddha and also the good deeds that he have done, then the great being within the tiny baby quail thought, may this very young, innocent truthfulness be united with that ancient purity of the wholesomeness of the power of the truth. May all birds and other beings who are still trapped by the fire be saved, and may this spot be saved from fire for a million years. And so it was. So this is the story about the Buddha, that he was born as a baby quail, the baby bird. And at that time, he make a wish from his uh, good deeds and the power, and by thinking about the Buddha, the purity and the blessing of the Buddha and compassion of the Buddha, and he make a wish from that good deeds, so make him and other beings and animals in that area saved from fire. And actually, this story carry on, not just that lifetime, but that area still unburned for many years. So it's very important that when we facing something that bad thing in our life, we have to be still and be calm, and and think about the good deeds that we have done, many things in the past, and make a wish from that good deed, that power to help us to eliminate the suffering, so that can carry on, that we can carry on to do good deeds. So this is one of the story, and also another story is about the Buddha himself this lifetime that he facing the Mara. Can you bring the another photo, another image? Yeah. So as you know that you may know that when the Buddha he sat under the Bodhi tree on the day that he make a vow to attain enlightenment. So the Mara was trying to stop the Buddha. At that time, before he became the Buddha, his name is Siddhartha. So the Mara was trying to stop Siddhartha. First, Mara gathered a massive army of scary demons around Siddhartha to frighten him. But Siddhartha was unimpressed. Mara mounted a huge war elephant the size of small mountain, and he gave himself 1,000 arms, each holding a different weapon. Siddhartha remained unimpressed. Mara then attacked with his superpowers. Another, yeah. The practice of the wisdom and compassion known as the 10 perfections. So the 10 perfections, this is the good deeds that all Buddha accumulate many lifetime. So the 10 perfections, this is the 10 quality that all Buddhas accumulate in many lifetime to perfect himself, such as generosity, sila, the morality, and wisdom, compassion, truthfulness, equanimity, perseverance as well. So this is the 10 things that help him to overcome the attack from Mara. So Mara conjured up a powerful whirlwind, but by the time it reached to Siddhartha, it barely moved a hem of his robe. Mara conjured up a mighty rainstorm, and Siddhartha's robe got a little wet. Mara attacked Siddhartha by raining rocks on him, and then sword, and then spears, and then arrows, and then fireballs, and then his magic javelin. Each time Siddhartha transformed them into flowers. Finally, Mara demanded his due as a major god. He declared that only a major god like himself has the right to claim that the seeds of the enlightenment. So not mere mortal like Siddhartha. So after the Mara attacked Siddhartha, but not successful, the Mara just uh, claim that, so you cannot sit here, you have to go away. And Mara asks allow for witnesses, and every soldier in his army shout back, I am his witness. So witness that this seeds belong to the Mara. And Mara challenged Siddhartha, who is your witness? Siddhartha gently touched the earth with his right hand, signifying the earth is my witness. And the earth shook in agreement. With that, Siddhartha defeated Mara, and Mara vanished with his army. Siddhartha continued his meditation undistracted by Mara. By the third watch of the night, he had achieved perfect enlightenment. From that moment on, Siddhartha would be known as the Buddha. So this is the moment that the Buddha defeat Mara with his 10 perfection. In Pali language, this is we call Parami, the 10 Parami. So this is the raw example that from Buddha, that whenever we have some bad thing in life, whether sickness, whether troubles, whether bad people, so we have to stay calm and think about the good deeds that we have done, and make a wish from that good deeds, and also continue to do good deeds as well. So it's gonna overcome that obstacle and unsatisfaction as well. So this is the example from the teaching of the หลวงพ่อเนี่ยหลวงพ่อธรรมชโย that he usually emphasize that practicing the mind and thinking about the merits that we did before. So I would like to ask the blessing of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Wish all of you to be well and happy. Wish you have a good health, long life. Wish you to be free from sickness, illnesses, and troubles. And wish you attain nirvana and also inner peace within yourself. Araham Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhaṃ Bhagavantang Abhivādemi. Buddho Menato, Buddha is a refuge. Savvakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Dhammo Menato, Dhamma is a refuge. Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho Saṅghang Namami. Saṅgho Menato, Saṅgha is a refuge.
Please pay respect to the teaching monk by bowing 3 times. First bow, second bow, third bow. Please pay respect to the Buddha by bowing 3 times. First bow, second bow, third bow.
ดละในโลภหลงและไม่ใช่อย่างฝุ่นผงที่โปรยลงลอยไปวันหนทางแห่งพุทธะคือทางสายกลางอันเบิกบานให้อยู่กับคืนวันคือปัจจุบันอย่างตื่นรู้
Ep.23